Now we'll see if anybody shows back up.
Ooh, really? This one can go online. That means you can now.
Hey Jody. Hey Kaylee.
Now I've got it.
Oh.
Might add
Like-
this in the stream.
Remove that one from the screen.
This one.
There's two for each.
Okay.
Look, there's just a mute button up there.
Oh, since I opened it on here, do I have to? Hey Christian Lutton. Sorry, we had a hard time going on Streamlabs, so we're trying to get this done.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Okay. Is everybody there?
All right.
I'm gonna have to get my phone out now.
Peterson's Farms of Nashville, hello. So we're just having to, oh, hey Walker Farm fam. Yes, it actually was. We were trying to use our computer and it stinks and it wasn't working. And we tried on Streamlabs and that didn't work. So now we're on my phone.
So no, we
So,
can't really
good.
read.
So now it's hard to read because we're on a little tiny screen. But I'm going to try to adjust it. Should we try to get this out of the
Let
way
me
or
go
no?
to my thing and I'll just pull it up and watch the live.
Oh, okay, yeah. We
You
can,
just need to have one thing out there, picking up the audio.
but yeah, we can like mute it.
Or that looks like you could use it.
Hey, Backlash Fisherman, how are you? Thanks for coming back, guys, or to this other one. We've had a hard time with technology today.
I don't know if it's because it's raining outside or what.
Yeah, maybe the internet knows that bad weather's on its way or something. I don't know. So,
I'll let you.
so we're trying to pull it up on the computer, so maybe at least we can keep up with the chat.
I know, I saw.
And you just have to mute it so that there's no. Yeah, there we go. That way there's no feedback. Okay, all right.
Okay, how's everything look now? How's everything look and sound now?
Okay.
Hi guys, we're looking good.
Okay. All right. So we're
What is
looking at
this?
it on the computer.
I'm not either.
What?
Is it just that far behind or what? I'm confused.
I don't know either. Oh, it's not that far behind.
Okay.
It's not that far behind. 3 out of 4, awesome. Okay.
Awesome. All right.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, can you guys hear us okay? This is a mess. Anywho.
Awesome. Okay.
Hey, Jean Hood, how are you? Okay.
So I don't even remember where we was at whenever y'all tore our computer up.
Yeah, we didn't even get a chance to like start talking because it just kind of like. Oh, and Wiley's breaking things.
What'd I break?
It
Oh,
looks like I read it wrong and now, we spent the last 20 minutes doing that.
So.
you
Okay.
you can make your stuff and stay in here and eat whatever you want to do.
I don't know what Emily's doing, but she's on her computer.
I've got a car on the shores, Wiley.
Emily, you know why?
I know.
Emily's driving around the sewer in a car on her game. I can't stay, guys, but wanted to say hi and Happy New Year to everybody. Thanks, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda. Thanks, and Happy New Year to you also.
Yep, and let's bring in the new year without Tecumseh. Thanks. Unfortunately, we're not going to be on here that long because
Yeah.
we're probably going to be in bed before the ball drops.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We're not good at staying up super late.
I'm getting old. I can't stay up that late. So I guess whatever obviously don't have anybody with us tonight. We're not going to be eating. We're just going to kind of give everybody an overview of the last year and what we look forward to for next year. And
I was only gonna put one.
Let's see, we're going to go over who we're going to have on in January. And it's not, I mean, ish. It's not complete. So let's see. Can't say have family in, but want to say hi. Thanks, James. Have a blessed day. Happy New Year. Yes, and we hope that 2022 is a blessed year for everybody.
absolutely.
So we wanted to go over who we are going to have on our show in January.
We're booked.
Yes, we booked every Friday, which is exciting. So hopefully you guys will get to meet some new people, or if you haven't already met them, you could, just sit and enjoy the conversation that we'll have with them. So on the 7th, our first contestant on the show will be Devin and Ryan at Our New Land. They are, I don't know if a lot of you know them or not. I don't see them around YouTube in chats and stuff much yet, but we found them on Instagram. They are a set of brothers that bought land together in southern Oklahoma, and they grew up their entire lives not knowing each other.
Not knowing each other even existed.
They didn't know each other existed. And so somehow as adults, they come to find each other, and they're just like best friends. Like they grew up as brothers their whole life. Jeannie says that she watches them.
So we're going to have them on, and we're going to let them tell their story.
Yes.
On here.
Yes.
So,
because it's so inspirational. It's awesome. And they bought land together, and they're developing it from nothing. And they're going to build their, I think they're doing shipping container home or something like that. And so we're very, very excited to have them, because I don't think that they've been on anybody else's lives yet. So we are the first ones who get to talk to them on a YouTube live.
wow, you just told everybody, and they're going to be trying to get them before we.
Right. Well, good luck getting them before the 7th. So they're a couple really nice guys. We've been following them on Instagram for a while, and we reached out to them when we started doing this. And we would have had them on sooner, but between Christmas and the holidays and Christmas parties and things like that, it just wasn't, it was too short a notice for them. So, yes, it will be great to hear from them. I guarantee it's going to be a good, interesting story. So then, on January 14th, we will be having Leanne at Mennonite Farmhouse.
And I don't know if you've seen that lady cook, but
oh my gosh.
My Lord.
Yeah, I was watching a video that she uploaded, I think it was today. Well, I was watching it today, and it was like creamy crab soup or something like that, and oh, it looks so good. And her cookies, I just want to stick the phone in my mouth and eat it, because her cookies look so good. Yes, dear.
Mom, can I have some doubly batteries?
Oh, how many do you need?
Probably
I'll
like
have
2.
I'll have to get you some of those. Or is that game needed?
Yeah, the game needs it. How many do you need, Hunter? 2?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
They need a couple batteries for their game. Donna Griggs says hello, guys. So, Leanne finally got a good phone service or something, and she said that she can hide out in the back room of her house and get enough internet service to do a live. So that's going to be exciting. We had invited her to come on in October or in December, but she didn't have access to reliable enough internet yet. Hey, Creative Redundancy, how are you? Happy New Year, Big Matt. And so then on the 21st, we will have Rochelle at Brampton Gardner. And then on The 28th will be Mad Mike at Homestead Family Reclaim.
Yep.
So the whole reason we're doing this is because we've had help growing our channel along the way, and we want to reciprocate and help grow the YouTube community and introduce new channels and all of that good stuff. So normally we have dinner together, but tonight we don't have dinner prepared. We didn't have a guest yet, so I think Wiley's trying to. Okay.
I'm trying to do not disturb this phone so nobody will kick us off here.
Yeah. All I see is your fingers.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Lily and Hunter are back there being as quiet as they can possibly be, which isn't very quiet for those two. But anyway, so now that's out of the way. Now he's getting. Okay. So now that we've told you guys who we are going to have on this month, we want to talk a little bit about what we've experienced this year, because 2021 has definitely been a year that has had a lot of changes for us, a lot of learning.
Yeah, a ton of learning.
Yeah. I mean, you guys know from watching other channels that when you start a homestead, it's all about learning. And even though we were on this land before this, we really started our homestead in January. And some of you may know this already, but she said the last two she hasn't seen, she'll be glad to watch. Great.
Awesome.
So I don't even know where to start. We, in January, I quit my job as a letter carrier with the United States Postal Service because we wanted to start our homestead and a nonprofit.
Awesome, Rebecca. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Rebecca. Yay. And then Wiley was planning on quitting by the end of the year, but due to unforeseen circumstances, he ended up quitting his job quite a bit sooner in May.
Hey, Barbs.
And hey, Barbs, we got your sticker. Thank you. So yeah, let's get into it. So we're going to go over what our 2021 goals were, and then we're going to talk about some of the accomplishments that may or may not have been goals.
So before she starts this, she didn't know I was going to say this on here. But so you people, a lot of you people that's watched us has probably seen lately that Jen and I is not married. And
Yes.
this is one of my goals for this year. We're waiting until we can get her dad involved.
Hey, Cindy Squirrel, your package should be there in a day or two.
We're waiting to get her dad involved. She wants her dad to be there. So her dad's in California, we're in Oklahoma. So one way or the other, we've either got to figure out how to get us all up there or to get him down here. But this year, it's going to happen somehow or another. So, yeah.
We've only known each other for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And I would not ask for a better partner in my life ever. Like I tell him all the time, yeah, tie the knot, as they say.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We are excited about it, but it is important that I have my dad there because, you know, he's not going to live forever. So I would really like him to be there. Everyone, and Happy New Year. I am new here, guys. I already connected to your channel too.
Awesome.
Great. Thanks, Lauren.
Thanks, Lauren.
You are a new face. Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
We hope that you are very blessed in the new year. So let's get into what we wanted to accomplish in 2021 and whether we accomplished those goals or not. Do you want to start it?
No, I done started it.
Oh, right. Okay, next one. Okay, all right. So it was our goal to start a ministry. And I don't know how we, Scott said put a finger on it. Hey, Craig.
Happy New Year, Greg.
So we're so excited to be sharing this with you guys today, and we watched Bland's Promised Land Ranch live last night, Eric and Monica, and they talked about why they wanted to do an end of the year live or video or whatever was because they could look back on it and it'd be kind of like a milestone. And so we were like, okay, we've definitely got to talk about this on our live tonight since we don't have a guest. So one of our things is that we wanted to start a ministry. When I quit my job in January, it was with the intention of raising a farm and animals and a garden so that we could serve the less fortunate in our community, primarily the homeless. But every Wednesday we serve a hot meal that's pretty nutritious. I mean,
From what I remember, I was a little too busy for you while you still worked.
Yeah, which I mean, it's delicious and nutritious, but this last week's meal had a lot of like cream and cheese and stuff in it, which is really good and sticks to your bones, but it's probably not like the best like heart healthy meal.
And I mean, you know, of course, wintertime's coming on. Our garden made beautiful plants this year, but just didn't produce a ton of fruits, I guess.
Yeah, it didn't have a lot of fruit.
So,
Thanks, Jody.
So, you know, there's times that we have to buy stuff from the grocery store that's probably not the most nutritious, you know, canned green beans
corn and green beans and stuff like that. In the future, we would really love to have our own canned stuff. In fact, we stockpiled a bunch of mason jars in preparation for that, and we just didn't have enough stuff to put in them this year. So, yeah, it was scrumptious. It was delicious, Jody.
Scott, have you been taking too many meds? I don't even know how to read that one.
Where did he?
Oh.
Stop.
Right here.
Oh.
As you know, I reverse as not everyone needs a rig. Some tattoo. What?
Y'all forgive Scott. He might be a little loopy.
Anyway.
I don't know. We love you anyway, Scott. We're praying for you. We didn't even expect you to be here, so if you need to leave to go get rest, please do that. We just want you to get better.
So Lampkin family, if you need anything, we would be happy to help with what we know.
We're
which is
by
not much.
far not professionals at this. And we're still trying to get ready, or we're still trying to get better at creating content. We have actually like a lot of stuff recorded, and we just haven't.
Some folks tattoo rings on. That's what it is.
Oh, okay,
Gotcha.
yeah. Right, yeah.
I was confused. Sorry.
Then you can never take it off or have an excuse.
I don't hardly wear a ring. I can't wear jewelry or never have because I've always worked on equipment. I've always been a mechanic, worked on equipment, drove big equipment, and I've seen too many accidents where rings got caught on something and tear your finger off. So I won't wear jewelry. But anyway.
So, needless to say, we accomplished that goal, and we started our ministry in January. I would say that first time we started serving food. And then also
we technically started last winter.
No, it was
whenever we fed the
Christmas dinner was what caused us to start doing it.
When we volunteered to help serve Christmas dinner last year, that is what snowballed into what we're doing now. And it was a huge leap of faith because Christmas, I still had a job. January 1st, I was like, or on Christmas, I was like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. I really felt like God was pulling me to do it. And so I jumped off the ledge, and somehow God has made sure that we have survived.
Yeah.
So it was a scary thing. Plus, I need to fix dinner. So once again, Happy New Year. Thanks, Jeannie. Happy New Year. So, and then I think it was in May or June, we applied for our nonprofit status through the state of Oklahoma. And so we've had that since. And one of our goals for 2022 is to get our application into the IRS for our 501c3.
So if anybody out there knows anything about filing for a 501c3, we might be able to use some help.
Yeah,
Because it's not an
absolutely.
easy thing.
Absolutely. So Creative Redundancy, the shirt Michael's wearing right now is actually another organization in our town, and they are called Community Renewal of Pottawatomie County, and that's their slogan is "We care, period." It doesn't
Isn't
care.
that where we fed?
It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what your background is, anything like that. They do not discriminate. They just want to show care, and their whole mission is to build community because so many people live in neighborhoods and don't even know their neighbors. And so their whole goal is to bring neighbors together. They even have friendship houses that they've built in lower income communities, and they offer like classes. They offer after school activities for kids. We've partnered with them every year for our toy drive, except this year. So they're awesome.
So what she said, we started out in January feeding as a ministry. We started out feeding probably 20, 25 people every Saturday.
Uh-huh.
And then as we grew and things changed in that situation, we went to the park and started feeding. We wound up getting up to 50, 60 people every Wednesday. Now that we're involved with the church that invited us in to use their commercial kitchen and their dining hall, last week we served 98 plates, and this week we served 92 plates.
So that's a pretty cool accomplishment, right? I mean, it started out as about 20 people, 25 people, and now we're up to almost 100. And so we would really like to start feeding more, but that's one of our goals for 2022. So,
Yep.
And once we get our 501c3 through the IRS, we'll be able to request donations from grocery stores and stuff right now, like that. But right now, we're limited as to what we can get because they want a tax write-off. And it doesn't count as a tax write-off if you donate it to an organization that doesn't have that.
Although we do have our state nonprofit, it's got to be recognized federally before they can get their tax write-offs.
Yeah. So another goal of ours was to start a much bigger garden. We had a little garden.
I would say it was probably 20 by 20, maybe not even that.
Our old garden.
The way it was spread out, I bet
Yeah.
it wasn't even a 20 by 20.
Yeah, it kind of just got us through the season. We didn't can anything. It just kind of learning process. And this year, it's probably 100 by 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's at least 100 feet by 100 feet. It's a big garden for me. Like eventually, we'd like to have like an acre-sized garden, but we're not quite there yet.
We're growing.
Yeah, we're growing, and we're trying not to bite off more than we can chew all at one time. And so we grew like, I don't know, we counted, I think it was 1,800 plants that we planted in our garden this year. And here in central Oklahoma where we live, the soil stinks.
It's
Without, I mean, that's the best word I could come up with.
It is nothing but blow sand and red clay, and it's awful. We're doing what we can to amend it as we go, and it's going to take a while.
Yeah, I mean, any good gardener knows that it takes a while to improve your soil. So, like Wiley said, our plants that we planted grew really well, and they were big and beautiful, but they didn't put off a lot of fruit and vegetables.
The nutrients wasn't there for them to put off their fruits.
Something else is we planted a lot of fruit trees this year. We planted apple, pear. Our pear trees didn't make it. Both of our apple trees are doing good. We have nectarines, plums, blueberries, blackberries grow everywhere wild. I mean, we're fighting them all the time. And so we are really trying to establish some permaculture. Yeah, that was a lot of plants. And we have a lot of sandy clay heavy soil, so it's awful, but we've been using our rabbit manure and our cow manure and stuff to put in the compost, and so we can improve it better. Jody, we know we need lots of fertilizer, but we're trying to figure out ways to do it naturally and inexpensively because we both quit our jobs. So the fact of the matter is like, I mean, we barely get the bills paid every month. So, and we started a workshop or a woodworking shop too. So that's something else.
Yep.
This year there's been so many changes, like
So much growth and
So much
so many
growth.
changes, not only in that, but in our relationship with God also.
yes, absolutely. Something that we also did in 2020 is we started a daily Bible study together, which is something that I've never experienced with somebody else before. Like the last few years I've been working on doing a Bible study, but it's been by myself. And now we're growing in our faith together. And it just makes a whole world of difference. Every morning when we get up, we start the coffee pot and then we do our Bible study. And on days that we wake up late and we're rushed and we got to get out of the house, we make sure that we still do our Bible study. It just isn't first thing in the morning. So we're not perfect, but we're working on it. Yes, Cindy.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got lots of leaves that that go into the compost.
Now the coffee shells and the or the coffee grounds and the egg shells, we've tried, but every morning whenever I get up and make a pot of coffee, it's easy just to reach over and throw it in the trash can and I forget about it. I don't know why, because I know we need to be saving them and putting them in our compost.
Well, and I was saving them and I was putting them on the blueberries because blueberries need very acidic soil. Coffee, where's the coffee? He's got coffee.
Yeah, right here.
He won't let me drink coffee this late at night because then I'll keep him up all night.
I mean, she has done a pretty well job without it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With natural NPK sources and calcium like eggshells. Yes. Yeah, we had an issue with our chickens this year and they got sick and quit laying. So we haven't had enough eggshells to really worry about. Yeah, so we know that that's important, and many of them have gone into the compost, but not 100%. So that's something else we're trying to get better about. So another goal was to invest in livestock, and that we did.
And that we did.
In January, we bought two bottle calves. And then we ended up getting 3 bottle baby goats. And while Wiley was still working, it was my full-time job to just feed the goats and the cows 3 times a day. Like, it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
So this December for Christmas, the Lord had my friends give me almost $2,000.
Wow, that's awesome.
Wow, that's so awesome. Congratulations, Jody. What a blessing. So we invested in livestock. This year, our new animals include cows, goats,
Pigs,
quail, rabbits, ducks, turkeys.
Pretty much all we had to begin with was chickens.
Mhm.
Was that it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Chickens and guineas, I think. Maybe we had.
We had guineas, but they had run off or something, and so we had to get more. But yeah, so we pretty much just started the year off with some chickens. And, they say that chickens are the gateway drug to farming. So, and that's true. But I've never, I haven't heard anything that's more true. So, and yes, Jody, God will provide for our needs, and He has all year. And, when we start thinking that we're like, oh, how are we going to pay the insurance this month or the electric bill? Somebody will call us and order something, and we will be able to pay our bills. So, and that's all we ask.
Yep.
We will not be going on vacation anytime soon, which is unfortunate because we really need to go to California or get my dad to Oklahoma. But
Hey, maybe,
God is most definitely
maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I just need to load up, drive up there and get your dad and bring him back down here.
Right, yeah. Yeah, because if we take the kids, it's going to be a nightmare. God is amazing. Definitely. So, okay. So, it wasn't necessarily a goal, but it's something that we did. We got a tractor.
Yeah.
Which now, every day, we find a new use for
It
it.
makes my life so much easier.
And really,
Today we used it to put a new house for the pigs in the pig pen.
yep. And it was really a necessity because we had the sawmill. We got the sawmill in the end of 2019.
October.
Or no,
2019.
2019?
No,
It was
2020.
2020, yeah. At the end of 2020, we got our sawmill. And at that point, we were trying to load the logs with a little winch and stuff, and it was just really hard. And so, having the tractor is a godsend.
Yeah,
I mean, we use it almost daily. And I mean, now we can buy bulk feed for the animals, and so we just put a pallet in the back of the truck and we can use the tractor to unload it. Before then, we were buying bags, 50-pound bags, and unloading them, and it's a lot cheaper to buy it bulk, and it's more effective, and we don't have to unload a bunch of 50-pound bags. So that was something else. We built the add-on to the house. I don't know if you guys have seen that video, but we built on a 10 by 12 or something.
It's basically a 10 by 10.
Basically a 10 by 10 room, because we live in a tiny home, and what you see is the majority of it. Back there is 4 bedrooms for the kids. And we don't have living room furniture. We just built this table so that we could have family meals together. And behind the camera is our small kitchen, and mine and Wiley's bedroom is a loft above the kitchen. So we built on a small add-on for a washer and dryer and for a pantry storage.
When did Grandpa make the bathroom?
In the end of 2019. And before that, we just had a little bathroom add-on. And if you're over 6 foot tall, you can't get in there because my dad didn't make it for tall people. Hey Annette, how are you? Happy New Year.
So Lampton family, if you've looked at any of the videos on Jen's Billy on the altruistic farmstead, you'll see the video of the table on there. But her and I built this table, built it to our custom specs, and this is like the coolest thing ever.
I'm gonna try to make sure nothing falls off while he does this. So
this lifts up, and
there was stuff over there I missed.
anyway, there's this whole area underneath is storage for our games and stuff, the kids' crayons and markers and all that kind of stuff for
So it's awesome. Yes, Jody, God provided us with a tractor, but unfortunately we had to finance said tractor. But John Deere gave it to us for 0 down and 0% interest. So what we are paying each month on the tractor, plus we have our farm tax or agricultural tax exemption or whatever, so we didn't even have to pay tax on it. So that's awesome. And we got a tiller with it. So this year when we go to till the garden in the spring, it's going to be way easier.
Yeah.
It took us a week to till it before, and it beat Wiley up.
That little I got a little rear tine tiller, one of the smaller ones, a little 5-horse rear tine tiller. That thing about killed me. And of course it was virgin ground we was doing this year. So
and all this
Lord.
sand and like clay, what do you call it? Sand rock?
Yeah, in the clay.
Now it'll
Happy
probably
New
only
Year,
take Wiley
Sandy.
30 minutes.
So,
Yeah.
we completed another successful toy drive. This year, our goal was to adopt 10 families, and we adopted 11. And between those 11 families, there were 49 kids. That's a lot of
You
kids.
do the math.
So that's a lot of kids. We did our sleeping bag drive, which was really great. You guys are awesome.
Yes, you guys
We
were
had
out there.
people from all over the world sending us sleeping bags for our homeless ministry. And this weekend, we are supposed to get the wind chill here is supposed to be between -5 and -15 degrees. So those sleeping bags are certainly going to help keep those people warm.
Yeah. They're going to liable to save some lives, actually.
Yeah, actually, every year we lose at least a couple people to exposure to the cold, which is really sad. So, and this year we actually have a good relationship with many of them, and y'all are gonna see me bawl like a baby if I find out one of them froze.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awful.
Oh dear goodness, we might have another Lily.
Yeah. Also, we started 2 YouTube channels, which is not something that we had set out to do. It's something that after we started doing what we were doing, we felt like God was leading us to start a YouTube channel, the altruistic channel, because at first we fought it and we were like, well, we don't want to just be boastful. We don't want to just be like, oh, look at all the great things that we're doing. But we felt like after we prayed about it and we thought about it, we kept feeling led to do it. And it was because God wanted us to share.
And you know, guys, I mean, if Jesus had the internet,
He would have
you
used
better believe he would have been using it. And I mean, that's really what drove us to it. We decided to go ahead and do it. But it got to where I felt like a lot of my woodworking stuff was kind of taken away from the focus of this channel. So I decided to open up my own channel with the woodworking stuff and try to keep this one primarily our ministry stuff.
Yeah, our ministry, our faith-based, our farm, our homestead page. And hey, Jeremy's Tournament Cats. That's an interesting name.
Wow.
Happy New Year.
Yep.
And
Must be one of Big Matt's friends.
and Jody said that the woman who gave her $500 today was blessed by God. Her car's transmission went up. The dealership gave her a new car for only $14 a month higher than her previous car payment.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I'm glad that lady got blessed. We already talked about doing a daily Bible study together. That's huge. And most recently, we got an indoor place to serve our community.
Which most of you guys know, but I mean, we do have a few new names in here tonight. So.
Yeah. I catch catfish. It's cats. LOL. Oh, I get it now. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
I'm sorry, I'm blonde. I didn't catch him. Yeah.
Tuck that stuff back in.
He's gonna tuck it in. So that's huge because
Mom, you can't run away from your problems.
I'm gonna try though. Many of you who've been with us from the beginning know that we were cooking in our tiny kitchen, and it was rough because I spent most of the day Tuesdays cooking. And then Wednesday, we'd get up really early and we'd reheat everything. And then we'd load it up in the back of the truck, cross our fingers, and hope it was still hot when we served it. And now, they think your joke's funny. Now, we get to the church. Okay, so let's give you a little bit of a story on that for those who don't know. One of the guys we serve was like, hey, this church over here is having meetings on Wednesday nights to talk about homelessness. And he said, you guys can come if you want. And so we did. And we ended up connecting with the organizer of it and telling her our story. And she's like, oh my gosh, you guys have to be speakers. And we were like, can we pray about it? Because we didn't really want to. Who wants to get up in front of a large crowd and pour your heart out? Like, that wasn't something that we were just dying to do. Well,
although you're doing that right now.
Yeah.
Right.
So a few weeks ago, I say a few weeks ago, might have been longer than that, we had the opportunity to speak at this meeting. And one of the people at the church saw it or heard it, and we touched her heart, and she reached out to us. She's in charge of their homeless ministry that they have at the church. They have what they call the porch house. They serve a sack lunch Monday through Friday. They have like a clothing closet where people can get some clothes or blankets that are donated or personal care items or whatever. And she wanted us to start using their kitchen. So now we get to cook in this awesome, incredibly well done commercial kitchen.
I've got to say, it's probably a couple $100,000 commercial kitchen.
I don't even know.
I don't even know where to begin.
But it's so awesome. And we get to use their dining hall. So when we were serving in the park, there were some picnic tables that people could sit out, but they were few and far between, and they were really spread out. And so people would have to just come get their plate and then just kind of have a seat. There were a lot of people that would just sit down in the grass and eat. But now they can actually come in and sit at a dining table, get a meal that's been freshly made and it's hot. We're able to serve coffee now as it got colder, which they love. I mean, how many pots of coffee did you make? Like,
oh Lord, I don't know. I'm probably 8 or 10.
Not regular pots of coffee, but like
The big
pots
commercial.
of coffee.
The big commercial bun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just
Sounds to me like you were in heaven, Wiley.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Except he didn't get to drink all of it.
Yeah, I got to drink like
He had
half
to
a
share.
cup.
Yeah. And so that was amazing because many of you know that have been around for a while, we've been talking about wanting to get an indoor space for, I don't know, 5 or 6 months probably. Like, we knew it was going to get cold outside. We knew it was going to get wet. And we didn't want, while we have a pop-up tent that we could stand under to serve food, we didn't have enough pop-up tents to set up to where people could stay dry while they ate.
Another one of those things where God came through just in the nick of time. I mean, it's just, here comes winter along, and a couple of weeks before it gets cold, we get this opportunity.
Yeah, amen. Like, it couldn't have come at a better time. And so it's, I don't know, it's awesome. It really is. So those are some of our goals. Wiley already mentioned about some of our accomplishments. And oh, you guys go play together. Hunter, let her play.
I don't want to play.
Well, then let her play by herself.
Yeah, that.
Give it to her and let her play by herself.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry. If y'all have kids, you know how it is. Sorry. So anyway, Wiley had already talked about how we started feeding about 20 people, and now we're at almost 100. And so,
And I believe that we would have fed over 100 Wednesday had it not been raining up until, it stopped raining right at noon. And that's whenever everybody started trickling in. So I think a lot of people was just hunkered down and just didn't come. I think it would have been over 100.
yeah, right. And then something we also learned how to do that we didn't exactly make a goal out of, we learned how to process our own meat.
Yeah. We have processed, quite a few bunnies. Well, 4 bunnies so far.
Hogs.
4 or 5 quail we've done just to try it, just to see if we could.
Couple chickens.
A couple chickens.
A turkey.
A 500-pound hog. And let me tell you something. If you want to learn how to butcher a hog, do not try a 500-pounder.
Yeah.
But we did it. We did it. We did a 500-pounder and a 250-pounder. The 250-pounder turned out a whole lot better. But everything was there, and we got all the meat off the 500-pounder. It probably wasn't just.
The pork chops weren't pretty, but they still tasted good.
Yeah.
Most of it was turned into bacon and sausage anyway. So I just have a sweet 20-year-old cat. Wish I had children for sure. We have lots of kids.
Well, hello, Dean.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yep.
We'll have to try to remember that.
Yep.
He has a 6-year-old son.
His name is Dean.
Nice. Lily's 6.
Yeah,
She's-
Lily's 6. The
she's-
one that was up here whining just a minute ago, she's 6.
She's just a
And she's a
gigantic
monster.
6.
She is a very big 6-year-old.
She's probably the size of most 8-year-olds.
So, yeah, I don't remember what was going on there. Oh, the pigs, the butcher.
Yeah.
So we butchered the quail, rabbits, turkey, chickens.
Rabbits. Did you say
That's
that already?
I think that you guys have butchered one of everything.
No cows.
The
or
only
no
thing
chickens.
we haven't got to do yet is any goats or any cows.
And that's because we're trying to build up our stock, or what do you call it, our herd,
Yeah.
before we do that. We've only had one baby goat born on our homestead. We have 2 adult females and adult boar, or buck.
Nubian, yeah.
Yeah. And then we have 2 pigs left that are our breeders. And we have 2 cows that are our breeders. So we don't want to take out our breeders until they give us babies.
So they have just turned they will turn the year old on the 6th, won't they?
Butters are home, they're a couple days apart, but like the first, second week of January, our cows will turn a year old.
So we should be getting something hopefully out of them this year.
Our pigs
see.
are a little over a year old. What? Oh, you know where it's at? Go in there and get it. Okay.
Hmm?
And he needs to
Hunter
take his
hungry?
medicine. No,
Oh.
he needs to take his medicine.
Yep.
I don't know if y'all have seen our community page, but Hunter had an accident the other day that involved a baby grand piano and his leg.
So we have my brother had a piano on his porch that had been there for years. So he offered it to Hunter last time we was over there at Thanksgiving, and he told Hunter he can have it for $3. So Hunter has been on us every day since Thanksgiving that he had to have that piano. Well, Christmas we went over there and he paid my brother his $3 and we loaded the piano up and brought it home. This is an early 1900 Wurlitzer piano,
Mm-hmm.
and it is heavy.
That doesn't even doesn't even begin to explain it.
So while we was gone to the church feeding on Wednesday, Hunter decided he was going to go move it. So he takes a little scissor jack and has it under the piano, jacking it up to put it on a little trailer thing we
Our
have.
little garden cart.
Little garden cart. And it falls and fell on his leg.
Long story short, we got a call and had to leave the church and rush to the emergency room.
Basically,
Luckily,
me and Emmy both blew up their phones.
Michael saved Hunter from the piano. He lifted it up and got Hunter out from underneath it and carried him inside.
Only
And
a tiny corner to get his arm out.
then the kids went to the neighbor's house, and the neighbor was able to take Hunter to the emergency room and meet us there. And long story short, he has antibiotics.
No, it's
and
not a player. I mean, it's.
It doesn't play by
You
itself.
mean the player kind that plays by itself? No, it's not one of those. It's an actual piano.
And he had to get 15 stitches. It was pretty gnarly.
So the only thing I can tell is
Jody said, "Way to go, Michael." Oh, Hunter must have hit the camera on his way through.
the only thing I can tell is it must have, like, whenever it landed on his leg, it just kind of exploded.
Or something.
I don't know. It's bad.
I was not cut out to be a doctor or a nurse, because the whole
Same.
time they were cleaning it out, I was like, ugh. It just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I actually had to
So-
walk out a couple times because I was actually starting to get a little nauseous.
Oh. So, where were we? Okay. Something else that we accomplished this year is we have 6.5 acres, and we were able to get the whole thing fenced. It's only
I
a,
got poison ivy.
yeah, she's got poison ivy on her face.
Winter.
Somehow.
Somehow.
Winter time in Oklahoma, and she's got poison ivy. How does that happen?
It's not even growing anywhere outside.
Yeah.
I don't even know. But we fenced off the whole property, albeit only an electric wire fence, but it's enough to keep the cows in. So we'll eventually put up a better fence, but it's not going to happen this year. And it may happen in 2022. I don't know, but
We'll see.
we'll see. Yeah. Eventually, we'd like to have pasture for the goats to run around on, but that's not going to happen right now. We built a lot of structures. We built our chicken coop and the chicken run, which was quite a bit of work.
It's probably 100 by 50. The chicken run is probably 100 feet long and 50 feet wide, and then the coop and everything off beside it.
And we like to reuse stuff. One, because funds are limited, and two, why not reuse something if you can? And so the main chicken coop we used a 10 by 10 dog kennel, like a chain link dog kennel or whatever. It worked out pretty good. So, Jody said she's so sorry that you had to go through all of that, Hunter. Hey Charles, how are you?
Hey
Happy
Charles,
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Okay, so something else. Okay, so we built the chicken coop, we built the hog pen, we built the goat pen, which has a 6-foot chain link fence, because anybody who has goats knows that they are escape artists.
Yeah.
We made 2 cow pastures, we built the rabbit hutches, and the quail coop.
I also dug 2 ponds.
Oh, yep, and you dug 2 ponds.
A fairly good sized duck pond, we call it, right here at the end of the house. And then kind of a smaller one up at the front of the property just to hold water for the cows.
And we already have a good sized pond on the back side of the property that the cows can drink out of now. So fortunately we didn't have to dig a 3rd pond. So that's all we had for 2021. That was a lot of stuff. Like, as you guys can see, there was a lot of learning, a lot of growing, a lot of mistakes too. What were some of our biggest mistakes?
Don't make mistakes.
We didn't make a list of those, so
No.
I'm trying to think of some that we made.
Never really thought about that, actually.
Yeah, people like hearing about people messing up, so.
Oh, sorry.
But we didn't think to write those down.
I'm trying to think.
What did we mess up on?
Oh,
Maggie?
one of our biggest mistakes,
Oh, God.
the chickens.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, anybody who gets new animals, take heed and quarantine said animals for at least 2 weeks to make sure they're healthy before you let them go with your other animals.
So we had a flock of probably 80 chickens, and had a cousin of mine actually had went to Mary's flea market in Oklahoma City and bought, I don't know, 20, 25 chickens, something like that. And decided he didn't want them. His wife decided she didn't want them in his yard. So
They were pooping everywhere and making too big of a mess, and she didn't want that many chickens.
So he called us and was like, "Hey guys, y'all can just have them. Come get them."
We're like, okay, cool, 25 more chickens.
So we went and got them. And guys, the only way I had to haul them was I made this little net that goes over the top of our pickup bed. And so you close the tailgate, or you open the tailgate, you put the net on, you throw all the chickens in, then you close the tailgate, and it's a
It worked out really
pretty
good.
good little animal carrier.
Yeah.
But when we get home, we just open the tailgate up, let them all come out. So that's what we did. Let them all come out. Put them all in the coop with all the rest of them, or in the run with all the rest of them.
We didn't have a quarantine space.
Don't ever do that.
Yeah, don't ever do that.
We lost probably 75% of our chickens.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2/3, but yeah, 75% close to
They had coccidiosis. They had mites. They had
upper respiratory infection.
Yeah.
And so our intention was to never treat our animals with antibiotics or any of that kind of stuff. But out of desperation to try to save some of our animals, we had to catch every single one of those 100 and something chickens.
One by one.
One by one.
And give them a shot and a drop on the back of the neck. But
and
still,
we had to treat their water for coccidiosis.
But still, yet, we still lost pretty close to 75% of them.
Yeah. And the ones who've made it don't have a lot of meat on them. I mean, they're good bug eaters. They keep the grass cut. But that's about it. And then they just had started
They're
laying
natural
again.
Roombas.
Yeah. They had just started laying again before it started getting cold, and now they're not laying because it's too cold outside.
Yeah.
So,
hey, Gail.
Hey, Gail, how are you? Happy New Year. Y'all, if y'all haven't seen Gail, she found she's a bargain shopper at their finest.
Take care, Creative Redundancy.
Bye.
Have a blessed New Year.
So this year, okay, so that was our biggest mistake, I think, of 2021.
I think that was the biggest mistake.
Not quarantining new animals that came onto our farm. And it was a huge price that we paid because we invested a lot in chickens. And this year, we're probably, I mean, like I said, the chickens that we have don't have a lot of meat on them. So we're probably going to end up just sending them off to freezer camp. And then
I don't even know if it's going to be worth sending them to freezer camp because they're so skinny.
I'm thinking they're going to be boiled and turned into soup or something because you
Dog
can't
food.
get it. Yeah, or dog food. You can't get a chicken breast off of them. I mean, we have a few that would be worth roasting, but the rest of them are probably just going to be boiled to get the meat off. And then next year, we're going to make sure that we don't take in any animals that aren't quarantined first. So we want to make sure that they are healthy and happy before we release them with everybody else.
One big blooper that you guys made was
Hey, say it quietly before I let you say it out. No,
yeah.
edit
Yeah, 30-foot long log, sycamore log.
that wasn't a blooper. We got it home. And look at
A
this
couple
table.
of mistakes first.
Yeah. Hey, I mean,
Look at this awesome table that was made out of it.
yeah.
Yes,
That's
it's
good enough.
beautiful, but it was one heck of a ride to get it into the truck. I mean, onto the trailer.
You guys just have to go check that video out if you
Yeah,
want to see
because we failed a couple times before we actually got it on the tractor. So one of our main goals this year is to apply for our 501c3 through the IRS. And that, for anybody who doesn't know what that is, that's the nonprofit status through the IRS. And we would be, that way we can qualify for donations from other organizations. Lost 35 chickens and another animal at once.
Wow.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because we go outside and we'd have to clean up chickens and it's just, we felt so bad.
It was bad.
So we won't be doing that again. Something else, now that we are working in a commercial kitchen, soon, probably in January, we will be getting our food handler's permits. That way, if the who's that called that comes in and checks it, I don't know.
Health department.
Health department. If the health department comes in and checks on us, we want to be legit and have that taken care of. So.
Hey, Mike Anderson. Hello. Happy New Year.
Hello. I bet you did. I bet you did cry, Dean. It's rough.
Yeah. Dean is the boy, the son.
Oh, Dean is the son.
Yeah, he's the 6-year-old.
6-year-old. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I misunderstood that. Sorry. I was talking to your kiddo.
Here, see, it fell out. That's what happened.
Okay.
Looks like her problems got up to her.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then another goal is to add at least one more day per week to our feeding schedule. We would really like to be feeding at least 2 days a week. And even more if his name is Scotty.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there's another Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah. We would really like to start feeding more than 1 day a week. And we're not exactly sure how we're going to accomplish that, but we know if it's in God's plan, he'll make it happen. So we also want to work on improving our website. If any of you have any experience with websites or 501c3s or what else do we have on here? We'd be happy to talk to you because this is all new to us. We don't
So
have
we
any
need
idea.
a lawyer, and we need because I'm sure a lawyer would know how to work on 501c3 stuff.
Yeah. Or paralegal.
Paralegal. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have to, if you guys don't know what goes into it, we have to write out, like, we have to have bylaws, and we have to have a constitution, and we have to have monthly meetings, and there's so much that goes into it. It's ridiculous.
So our turkeys are probably just now old enough to start laying, and I'm guessing that's not going to happen till
Spring.
Spring.
Now it's cold.
and but yes, we're going to be hatching turkeys.
Yeah. We have an incubator. We've hatched quail eggs, and we've hatched out a few ducks.
And a few chickens.
And a few chickens.
Yeah.
Actually, 2 of our chickens were raised by one of our chickens on the farm.
Well, yeah.
Mhm.
So yes, I mean, eventually we will be. As of right now, no, we're not. I mean, we don't have any available right now, but yeah.
So that's that. Then we want to grow our ministry by feeding more often. We also want to find volunteers that are willing to come serve. So instead of everybody lining up, we would like them to have a seat at a table and be served as if they're at a restaurant.
Ah, like what we did during the
During
Christmas.
Yeah.
So trying to get more people involved, you get a few volunteers to come in and help, and I think that's one of our places we feel like we need to grow in.
We also want to build meaningful relationships with other organizations. We would like to see it where the last 2 weeks we have had a lady from the Community Health Centers of Oklahoma come to the church while we were feeding, and she's offering people free flu shots, and she's also getting them signed up for Medicaid programs and things like that. So that, because a lot of these people suffer from mental illnesses, or they have diabetes or high blood pressure or seizures or whatever, and they don't have access to their medication. So one of the first steps is, getting insurance so that they can see a doctor and get their issues taken care of, or help, get that ball rolling. So, but we'd also like to bring in other organizations that might be able to help them apply for a driver's license if they've lost it, or help them get a copy of their social security card. Because without those things, it's impossible to get a job. I mean, unless you're working under the table, tax-free, you can't find a job without being able to fill out an I-9 and a W-2. It just doesn't happen. So, I mean, you can't even go to work at Walmart or McDonald's or anything without those documents to prove who you are.
Matter of fact, I want to say that Erica said she was coming back this week to actually, with the flu shots, to give all the flu shots out this week.
So anybody who wanted a flu shot, she'll be back this week to administer those at the church. Hey, Arkansas Micro Farm, how are you?
Hey,
Randy.
Yeah.
Yep. He really liked that comfrey salad.
Yeah, I see that. He says it again.
Oh, did he? Oh, the comfrey is amazing. I didn't read all the way through the comment.
Happy New Year, Randy.
Yes. We just started an Etsy store where we're selling some of the soaps that we've made, and the comfrey healing salve, which is some really amazing stuff.
I also have a lot of my wood stuff on there, but we have no idea
how to set it to like local delivery.
The slabs and everything is just, it's going to cost so much to ship those. It's not really even worth putting them on there. But I've got them on there so people can kind of see what I've got and what I can do and that kind of thing. And we'll figure out how to help somebody with shipping or whatever.
If you were to order a big table or something, we could deliver it for less than
for
what
a whole
the
lot
shipping
less than what the shipping. Yeah.
So, yeah, we don't.
What were you guys thinking of selling it for? For shipping?
Oh, the shipping is more than the table cost.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. So.
What were
I
you
want a
guys?
bitch road trip.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Can you try not to hit the camera?
I tried not to, but I started tripping because
I bet we can figure something out, Randy.
Yes, we could.
Just whenever you're ready, let me know what you want, and I bet we can. Where are you at in Arkansas? Are you?
We could like meet halfway or something, or
Fort
whatever.
Smith area, Eureka Springs area, Central, Eastern. Where you at over there?
What I mean is, how much was gonna be your rate of shipping?
We don't know yet.
So, yes. But yeah, we would like to build meaningful relationships with other organizations in a way that we can. Watch out, Hunter! You're gonna hit it again. It's hard to move around in here because we
Southwest,
have
closer
so
to Texarkana. Oh,
we
okay.
have so little space.
So you're down there by Bill Clinton's home.
Why do you gotta bring up politics? We're probably gonna get flagged now just because you said his name.
So how close are you to Hope?
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! We have the computer plugged in. I guess if it goes dead.
It's
Okay.
plugged in. Anyway.
Okay. Next door, grr, he said. I was watching Mark and Debbie at two old people on a couch, and they showed a picture of his house, and they're like, "Do you see solar panels?" They're like, "No, I don't see any solar panels," because they're all about, you know, the. I don't want to say it because we'll probably get in trouble. But they're all about saving the environment and saying that it's super bad and we need to make these changes and stuff. And yet they fly in personal jets, private jets, and don't have solar panels and these giant $1 million mansions and da da da. Anyway, so
Let's get off politics.
yeah, let's not talk about that. So one of our other goals is to grow more food. We would even like to consider starting a market garden because when we tell people what we do, they're like, well, do you sell any of your fruits and vegetables? And it wasn't something that we had originally planned to do because we want to grow some to feed our families. We want to have enough to can. We want to help feed the community. And now we have community members asking us if we sell our fresh fruits and vegetables. And so it might be in the works to do a market garden. And because it would be really nice, we set up at the flea markets on the weekends to sell some of our homemade stuff. And it'd be really awesome to sell plant starts as well as, veggies, fruits and vegetables and stuff that we've raised. So.
And guys, don't forget March 17th through the 19th.
Yes.
It'll really be March 19th.
Okie Homesteading Expo.
Yeah.
In Pryor.
In Pryor.
Yeah.
We are in central Oklahoma. We are about 30 minutes east of Oklahoma City and then south of I-40 about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
You're going to tell people where we're at. And then we're going to have stalkers.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So we want to grow more food. We're hoping to have a better outcome this year because we've put some effort into our soil and we're just hoping that it'll be better than last year. Gardening has a learning curve and every year we learn something new. So, and then last but not least, we want to work on growing our channel by uploading content more regularly. We want to build and support our YouTube community because many of you know how awesome this community is. It is fantastic. Like, what would we do without people like Scott, or
At Rambling
our moderators,
with the Brooms.
yeah, or at Rambling with the Brooms, or our moderators like Brenda Baker and Lila Newton and other people that just support each other. Like Butt Nuggets Homestead had a fire and they have been blessed immensely by the YouTube community.
Yes, they have. And we have been.
We have too.
I mean,
I'm not trying to downplay how we've been blessed, but the fact of the matter is that, like, I know other people have said it, but if we all lived in a central location, we'd be unstoppable.
Yeah.
We could like start our own country or something with this homesteading YouTube community.
No doubt.
It would be wonderful. 80 miles east of Springdale, Arkansas.
Springdale. Yeah. Okay.
I'd have to Google it, but he used to be a truck driver, so he knows every highway in the country, I think. He'll talk to people from all over, and he's like, yeah, I really like that restaurant at such and such exit. And we would also like to work on growing our Facebook and our Instagram as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that doesn't seem like a lot. I'm sure that we're going to add to that list as we go. But most importantly, we want to grow our ministry and we want to apply for our 501c3. And those are our most important goals for this year.
See, Mom, everybody keeps touring.
Like I said, me too. I drove truck for 20 plus years.
I drove for 21 years cross country. Probably 15 years of that, I would say, I actually had my own authority. And whenever I got out of it, I had 6 trucks of my own and with my own authority. And we pulled box trailers and step decks for during the summer months or off-season months. I'll put it that way. During off-season months, we pulled step decks, and during the season months, we had a contract with Berry Family Nurseries out of Tahlequah, and we delivered all the nursery products to Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, all the trees and plants and all that stuff. So
He said flatbed and lowboy oversized.
I've done a lot of oversized with our step decks. Whenever we was off doing that, but anyway.
So yeah, we've covered a lot of information.
Yeah, hour and a half later.
Yeah. I mean, if we had started on time, we had an issue with our other streaming software.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's her fault.
Somehow, it probably is.
Well, guys,
I don't take the blame for a lot, but I guess I'll take that.
the kids are whining because they're hungry, and you guys probably want to get off here and
Celebrate the new
oh,
year.
Mercer, okay. I had an uncle that was leased to them for 30 plus years. He was with Mercer forever. I think he finally retired here a few years back, but yeah.
And I've been looking for it.
Hunter, can you please give her her cord back?
Swapping companies next week.
She plays with it every night, and when we take it away because
Internet's
we
going
can't
out.
sleep,
See, we just got our internet in November, middle of November. Our electric company actually offers
Happy New Year, Lori.
Happy New Year. What was it that we got?
Fiber.
Yeah,
Fiber.
fiber internet. So we don't generally have a lot of problems with it. It might have been our computer because the computer was given to us and it's kind of old. And so it might be the computer moving too slow because we haven't had any problems since we started on our phone and it's running on the same internet.
Mom,
Yeah,
can you
don't
tell
make no
Hunter to
sense.
Give me back my coffee cup.
She's cranky.
So anyway, guys, we need to get off here. We got supper ready. The kids are whining because they're hungry. And obviously we're fixing to have to break up a fight. And
Yeah.
So
Give me my coffee cup.
God bless everybody. Happy New Year. I hope y'all
I
have a
hope
great
everybody
week.
has a blessed New Year. And 2022 has got to be better than the last 2 years.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So,
Y'all stick around and
yeah, see y'all next year.
see y'all next year. Yeah, right.
Thank you for hanging out with us and listening to us ramble about our goals and accomplishments, what our future goals are. And we hope to look back at this video and be able to see that we have accomplished our goals.
Mom, hold this and don't do it to Lily.
Why?
Lily, every night we tell her to stop playing with it because it annoys us. And then she
Okay.
keeps going beep, 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 beep.
Okay,
beep,
well, that's
beep,
what
beep.
it does. That's what it
But
does.
that doesn't mean.
Okay, guys.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry for
We're
the
gonna-
interruption.
Yeah, we're gonna have to break up a fight. So we're gonna get off here so that we can do that.
We'll see y'all next year.
Yeah. See y'all next year. Thanks for hanging out. God bless. Peace.
We'll see y'all later.
You Lily. See what I mean, Mom? That's exactly why I wanted to give it to you. And I
Okay.
didn't want you